You can't insist that you have to be candidate all the time. And you cannot insist that when you cannot be candidate in one party, the next best thing is to hop to another party. Yes, freedom of association and all that can produce a no-choice situation. But if it repeats itself like 6 times, 7 times in the course of this democracy, you know that you're looking for the solution, whereas indeed you are the problem. So the usage of the law and our hurry to go to court for what ordinarily should be housekeeping issues also reflects the fact that we are not a serious people in democracy. I marvel at how those who are driving this, especially the ones that are the ADC, you look at them all and say, okay, how did you guys get yourself into a shark-infested water? You don't know how to swim. You have no lifeboat. And then you're saying the neighbors or the head of the clan that is upland is the one that is responsible. Do you not have a caveat emptor, a look and be sure, a buyer beware, a know what you're doing kind of scenario? All of the energies that has been put into this, if they had individually put it into reforming their party, say reforming the PDP for the ones who are in PDP, they'll have a party. Reforming the Labour Party for the one who was in Labour, they'll have a party. Reforming the APC, even for the ones who are from the APC, they'll have a party. So for me, I have come to the conclusion that 2027 is won and lost. And it is won and lost not because he who will win is the most spectacular, but perhaps they're the ones that are a little bit more bending backward over within their own organization to manage structures. And that those who are going to scream, shout, jump, say if they don't put their name on the ballot, they're not going to, the election is not going to hold it, the court rules against them, there'll be Armageddon, they need to be put down. The simple reason is that there are 94 million collected previously by the last time I checked. It could grow. And you can't have a handful of over-recycled elements overheating the polity and giving everybody in the sub-region, outside the sub-region, our partners, reasons to look and say, oh, what are they doing in that populous country? Are they like trying to implode it? And I think it is the duty of whoever is commander-in-chief of the country to ensure that that executive authority that is vested must draw lines of what must not be allowed. I've heard some of them make a lot of careless rhetorics on television. I'm quite disappointed that those in charge of that process have not called them to come and show cause as to why they shouldn't be punished. I've seen some of them insist that they're going to attack every institution of state. The INEC gets a law, a court order that says don't do something. They run in front of the gate, put placards in the hands of people that are basically procured, jump and huff and jump. And you're asking yourself, are these people this immature? We're very lucky. I've even had one of them go to the ridiculous extent of saying he wants to call back the activities of Wet here. In the first instance, the fellow who is even saying that trash has not even bothered to understand that they don't have ideologues of the type of Awolowo Azikiwe that people look onto. So it's almost as if a gang of underperforming, extremely irritatingly, consequentially beaten people are saying, oh, I'm not having it nice, because of that the country should burn. So if you ask me, I'm not part of that. I have been of the view that we must accept that what requires reformation must be reformed. What requires reorientation must be reorientated. And what requires consequence must be applied. It is the same thing, take it away from politics, go to our development, take it away from development, go to security, take it away from security, go to the faith-based organization and their usage of rhetoric to inflame society. This nation, we need to pull the rope and tell the horse not to gallop too fast so that we can even have a nation. Between 1998, when multi-party democracy started, and where we are now, if there was any pretense about the quality of humans that we have become collectively, no bigger evidence reflects our anyhowness than this. It's always good for you to look at the history of the country. We've never had a long period of democracy as we have now in this republic. And we chose multi-party democracy as a choice, American style. One of the major disappointments is that over the years, and most of the people that are in that Ibadan joke are the ones who have not understood that beyond ambition is the stabilization of political parties. For if the vehicle, which is the political party, is not well-tuned, well-oiled, well-reformed, and well-calibrated, this type of desperation will always produce this ugly spectacle. It must be a sobering moment for any observer, participant, or even the ruling class and the leader of the country, that how is it that all of these parties, the number of them, how is it that for some reason there is no anchor? And if you peel it back to figure out what exactly has caused this, you're going to find out that people in our country have mismanaged the opportunity of contest.
Never mind them. Onu kuru njọ ga-ekuru ya. Aha na ha ntị, ọ ga-ekwu okwu kwugide ya. Never mind them. Onu kuru njọ ga-ekuru ya. Aha na ha ntị, ọ ga-ekwu okwu kwugide ya. Forgive my Igbo, but that's one Igbo song that just captures my response to Segun Sowunmi 100% perfectly for you, Peter Gregory Obi. I'm happy you said this in your last interview on Prime Time with Charles on Arise News, that if you have to jump 20 times, you will do it. Don't let anybody gaslight you. This one that Segun Sowunmi is coming to say that, oh, if you have jumped 6 times, then you have become part of the problem. Nah, gaslighting, no. Never mind them. Jump and get ticket. Segun Sowunmi knows the truth. He has been consistent with it for a very long time now. I saw him when he came for your program the last time at Merit House. He spoke glowingly about you, Peter. Now, he's coming to sing another tune. It's part of the game plan, no? The plan is to gaslight you, to emotionally blackmail you into making sure you are trapped in ADC. That's the plan. And that plan, somehow, because of what Segun Sowunmi is saying now, is meant to favor Tinubu, not even Atiku. Because from the ego of Atiku, the ego of Rotimi Amechi, right? They are countering each other. There's no way a Rotimi Amechi that failed to support Tinubu in his same APC party in 2023 will now come and agree to work to support Tinubu by paralyzing ADC now. There's no way that can happen. But it is possible with Atiku. People are saying that Atiku is trying to hold down the ADC for Tinubu. It's most likely it's coming from Atiku. But the ego of somebody like Rotimi Amechi will not allow that to happen. But guess what? The allegations of 1.7 billion naira paid to privatize ADC, that 1.7 billion naira most likely came from Atiku. So, he would want his money back this way or that way. Now, if Atiku decides to push David Mark, push Aregbesola, push the ADC to engage in a needless legal battle, either by appealing to the Justice Joyce Abdul Malik's judgment of April 29, suspending and nullifying the congresses and convention of David Mark, right? And empowering the state chairmen as the surviving NEC members to conduct congresses leading up to convention. If they decide to appeal that judgment and decide to now fully obey the judgment of April 30 of the Supreme Court that forces them to go back to the trial court of Justice Wite. If they decide to engage Nafiu Bala, both of these scenarios will only unfold or open up legal pathways that will drag on beyond May 10 and eventually leave the ADC in coma, totally paralyzed, unable to field candidates for the 2027 elections. I'm not seeing any signs that David Mark would take the advice I gave earlier. Embrace the court judgment of Justice Joyce Abdul Malik. Embrace it. Call on Nafiu Bala to withdraw his case from court and embrace that judgment of Justice Joyce Abdul Malik. I'm not seeing that sign. If he did that, if Atiku really wants the ADC to be a viable political party for the 2027 election, this is his only option. Any other thing, a refusal to follow this option and to insist on a needless, probably endless legal battle that will force the ADC to miss INEC's deadline, is a decision of Atiku to render ADC paralyzed and useless, unable to field candidates for the 2027 elections. The only way forward, I've said this many times and I'll keep saying it until sane minds within the ADC call all the parties to order. Embrace that Justice Joyce Abdul Malik's judgment. Let the state chairmen of the 36 states and the FCT, as surviving NEC members, as affirmed by the judgment of Justice Joyce Abdul Malik, let them hold an emergency meeting today, Saturday, Sunday. By Monday, which is a work day, let them transmit 2 decisions to INEC. 1, an amendment of the constitution of the ADC to remove the 2-year condition before you can become chairman and other problematic sections or provisions of the ADC. Remove them, amend them. If that has not been done, then 2, extend the tenures of the state chairman by at least 30 days, not more than 90 days, so that the state chairman can organize primaries and then go on to organize convention that will possibly still throw up David Mark, and then everybody can proceed from there to the primaries. All of this can happen between Monday, 4th of May, 2026 and 25th, 26th, 27th of May 2026. All of this can happen, but that would require all the parties to coalesce, to embrace and support the judgment of Justice Joyce Abdul Malik. Any other option would be entangling the ADC in unnecessary legal battles that is most likely going to paralyze the ADC. They know this, but they insist on the legal battles. You heard what Bolaji Abdullahi said. Oh, it's going to be a long legal battle and they are ready. Ready for what? To render the ADC totally paralyzed and useless for 2027? Is that what you're ready for? Please, 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 Peter Obi, please. Don't let people like Segun Sowunmi successfully gaslight you or emotionally blackmail you into staying. Stick to what you said before. That if you have to move 20 times to get the ticket to be on the ballot, you will move. Please move. They have already started calling you political prostitute. So it's already there now. At least when you are showing on television, we don't see the label on you. Nigerians that we vote, they know the truth. The people making up all of these labels, they are the politicians that want to emotionally blackmail you to stop you from leaving. Your best option, I swear, your best option is to jump and leave the ADC. For now, you can come back after you get ticket, but your best option is to leave. Even within the same ADC right now, if you remain and somehow they find their way to keep the ADC relevant, to be able to field candidates, and then they conduct primaries in the same ADC today as we have it now, and by some miracle some really big miracle, you, Peter Gregory Obi, win the ticket of the ADC. I can promise you that Atiku and his supporters will not support you. Rotimi Amechi and his supporters will not support you. This is their stock in trade. Now their logo, it is how they have always behaved. When the ticket was not given to Atiku in 2015 in APC, he left. Is it to DPP or which party now? When the ticket was not given to Atiku in 2007, he left to ACN. That is Atiku's way. He saw he will not get ticket on PDP platform, he left. If Atiku doesn't get that ticket on the ADC platform, trust me, he's already making plans. Plan B, C, D, E, like Buba Galadima said. He's already making plans to go and get that ticket somewhere. Don't think that there is a coalition in the ADC. Don't think that. Don't think that. There is no coalition right now. There is no one ADC right now. There might be, after everybody have got ticket, and then they now come and negotiate from a position of strength. There can be in the future, before the elections of 2027, but right now there is none. If you think that a Rotimi Amechi will support you, him and his supporters, in the same ADC, if you get the ticket, Peter, please, think again. Think again. Your best option is to jump. Segun Sowunmi knows it. Atiku Abubakar knows it. Rotimi Amechi knows it. They know it, but they don't want you to leave. Number one, Segun Sowunmi does not really want you to be a threat to Tinubu. His body language shows it. He's a supporter of Tinubu. 2, Rotimi Amechi and Atiku will not want you to leave because they know that you are the good luck, you are the publicity, the goodwill that the ADC has right now. If you leave, you will take that goodwill with you. They don't want you to leave, yet they don't want you to have ticket. So your best option not to jump. If you choose to stay, we will join you in prayer, midnight prayer, so that God can do anything, Pray, so that somehow you can become the Daniel in the lion's den that was able to tame the lions and then get the ticket for 2027. But if your plan is to get the ticket, the easier way that does not involve taming the lions, not to jump. Don't let anybody gaslight you that you don't want contest. You don't want contest. How would any sane Nigerian want contest when the deep pockets, the big money politicians are in the same political party with you and they are ready to spend their dollars to buy delegates, to buy votes in primaries? How do you want a Peter Obi to contest in those kind of primaries? Yes, and I blame Peter Obi for this. A better option would be to have grown your own political party like Sowore has done, right? From ground up, grown your political party, but it's late for that now. Right now, the best option is jump. Look for another political party. There are political parties where your allies are. Go there. I'm not going to mention their names again for security reasons, but the options are there. Go there. Now, if you reach 5 days, we remain again. No. May 10. Monday is May 4. 5 days goes to May 8 on Friday. That's 5 days. After that, the next Monday is May 11. It's already too late for you to jump. I beg. Jump.